Laborer, what's our status?
All systems are online, sir. Engines at full capacity.
Good. Charter course. I'm hungry.
Where to, sir?
Planet Burger. It's the best burger in the universe.
Today, I'll show you how to make this beautiful 1/6 scale miniature play food yourself. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, then subscribe today to keep up to date with everything miniature. The basic tools you'll want to make your miniatures are a cutting mat, an X-Acto blade, a ruler, a pair of scissors, some glue,
And the template. The link to which is in the video description below.
Step 1. Print out the template on 65-pound cardstock. Let's start with the French fry box. First, we'll want to use the naturally occurring edges as guides to score the template along all the lines shown. Once you've finished scoring, you'll then want to cut out the template, just like you would excess calories from your diet. Now, pre-fold the template along all the scored lines and get a feel for how it goes together. As you might have guessed, it's not particularly complex. Now, apply glue to the sides of the French fry box and affix them to the back on either side as shown. If you lined up the corners and took your time, it should look like this. These next few steps are optional. For a quick and easy to make French fries, I just took some junk balsa wood which I got from Michael's. I then cut out a rectangle with the approximate height of the French fry box, and then cut that into little strips. Next, I cut off the sides at angles to make my little French fries. For the best results, don't try to be too precise or uniform with these. It should feel somewhat random, like stubbing your toe, or suddenly realizing that you're an adult now. You're doing great. Now let's work on the burger box. First, we'll want to use the naturally occurring edges as guides to score the template along all the lines shown. As before, I'll then proceed to show you clips of me scoring the template along all the lines I already showed you, just in case it wasn't patently clear. However, once the light of clarity has shone brightly on thy face, you can now cut out the template. Next, we'll need to make deep cuts along all the lines shown. This will enable us to fold the red triangles into tabs which we will later glue to the inside of the template. Now, pre-fold the template along all the scored lines and get a feel for how it goes together. Then, apply glue to the red tabs and affix them to the inside of the template as shown. If, however, you begin to feel overconfident, or lazy like I was feeling, you can then proceed to glue them 2 tabs at a time. Finally, bend the tabs on the side of the box to keep it closed and voila! You should now have a beautiful mini burger box. Since you're doing so well with these, let's move on to the large soft drink. First, we'll need to use the naturally occurring edges to score the paper along all the lines shown, and yet again, I will now show you clips of my hands scoring the template along said lines. Now, take your scissors and cut out the template. To create the rim for our soft drink, we'll want to pinch the paper along the semicircular line we scored earlier. Next, take a cylindrical object, such as a pen, and curl the paper, slowly molding it into shape. Once satisfied, you can then apply glue to the white tab along the side and affix it to the inside of the cup. Now it's time to make the bottom of the cup. First, you'll want to bend all 4 tabs. Then, use your X-Acto blade to pick it up and apply glue. Lastly, insert the bottom of the cup into the center. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. Just get it in there, because ultimately you'll want to use your fingers and a blunt object to level out the bottom. The final steps are optional. I used mounting putty and a coffee stirrer for this next part. You can use clay or whatever works best, but this is what I had laying around my craft bin. First, mold the putty into shape and roll it out. Then, use the cup itself as a guide to guesstimate the correct height and circumference. One of my tricks is to use scissors to trim the edges and help flatten out the top. Then, insert the putty into the center and use a blunt object to smooth out the top. Next, use some acrylic paint and a brush to color the top of the soft drink. Lastly, take your coffee stirrer, cut a bit off the top, and stick it into the putty. If you followed all these steps, you should now have a beautiful set of 1/6 scale fast food containers from Planet Burger. But what if you actually took the time to follow your heart? What would you do? Would you watch another video? Or would you return to the doldrums of everyday life? I have my suspicions, but I know what I would do.